Hello guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel. This is me, Ujunwa Okeke, the intercultural communicator. I'm a Nigerian YouTuber who based in the US, and on this channel I do videos around my experiences, other people's experiences, cool stuff, right? So if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. If you just stumbled upon this channel, please check out my previous video and consider subscribing, okay? I would love you to be an additional member to this lovely family. So you're welcome. Thank you guys. Guys, today I'll be sharing with you all what it feels like to socialize or learning how to socialize when you move to the US to further your studies, especially as an international student, right? You know, bear in mind that you're moving to a totally different country that is not even your country. At times you might not even have friends and families, just like you, one man Mopo, standing in a country like thousands of miles away from home. And you just need community. You need some type of community to be able to be sane, to survive actually. It actually depends on the states that your school is located, right? There are some states that are that makes you just feel like you're home. Take Texas for instance, right? There are a lot of Nigerians there. Like if you're even going from one street to another, you hear people speaking pidgin English, Yoruba, Igbo, anything, you know. So if, let's say for instance, your school is in Texas, maybe Texas A&M or whatever school it is, you're not going to feel bored so much. You're not going to feel the need to even learn how to socialize or even make friends, because it's just going to be pretty much what you get in Nigeria. You know how in Nigeria making friends or socializing with people is not a hurdle, but here in the US, I wouldn't call it hurdle or maybe stressful, but it's just, there are just a lot of people in Nigeria. These are people that you're conversant with, right? Even if you're not from a particular tribe, but you know how certain people think, you can identify this person by their language or their name or whatever. And there, even if you can't speak a particular language, you can speak English or you can speak pidgin English. But when you move to the US, it's just different, you know. Back home, when I was still in Nigeria, honestly, any white person is anybody that is light skinned. I just refer to them as Uyibo. But moving here, you'll be able to differentiate that there are different races. So that is something that you also start learning, how to differentiate people. Okay, this person is from this place, this person is this race, this is this. So it's just like a lot of mental stress that you have to deal with even before you start thinking, okay, if I want to be friends with this person, or how am I even going to relate with this person in order not to appear rude or entitled, you know, something like that. So it's just a different ball game altogether. So if you're in Texas, if your school is in Texas, you're going to be okay. Trust me, you won't pass through that stress. Most times you won't. But say your school is in Missouri, right? I have a friend that her school was in Missouri. Like, she sharing her experiences, it wasn't a beautiful one. She just moving from Nigeria to the US, and her school is in Missouri. It was just a different ball game altogether. It was boring. It was difficult for her to socialize. She lacked adventure. You know, like when you're in Nigeria, wherever you are, maybe if you're not in the US, by watching movies and media representation, you just feel that this place is the place you want to come to. You're going to have fun, it's going to be all rosy. But no, that honestly, that is not the case. You have to do a lot of work. Seriously, you have to do a lot of work. So it was boring for her. She didn't have a lot of adventure based on the things she was seeing on TV and how America is being portrayed. So she didn't get all that because her school was in a particular location. And in my own case too, I went to Colorado State University. So it was there were not a lot of Africans, or there are not a lot of Africans, so you just have to go out of your way to source them out, to find people that you want to relate with. You know how in Nigeria, I keep saying Nigeria because that's my country, but I think that might be the case of some other people too, depending on your country, you know. When you're in school, when you're in college, when you're in high school, secondary school, primary school, people in that are in your classes are pretty much your friends, right? Most of the time they are your friends. You guys can exchange visits, you can go to their houses, you know. Automatically they just become your friends. But coming to this place, that's not the case. You can't just not is for the fact that you're in my class, you're my cohort, we are taking the same courses together doesn't make you my friend. Like our interaction just ends in the classroom. That's how it is here. So it just becomes very stressful for a lot of people, and you might just find yourself that you are always alone, you know. You're always talking to people back home, like your friends back home are still like your real G's. You're always talking to them on WhatsApp because you've not like made some friends here, people that you've bonded with so much that you can relate with and be yourself around. So those are the things that you should also keep in mind when you're coming here, because it's not that easy. You don't just come to school and automatically you make friends that you bond with. And also something you should keep in mind is that in your cohort there is every possibility that you're going to relate more with international students. Do you know why? The reason is that most times your reality is their reality. That's the truth. Because you don't have papers, they don't have papers, right? Meaning that you're not a citizen of the country and they are not too. So they kind of like understand your struggle and you understand their struggle too. When I was in school, like most of my cohorts, like my American cohorts, they don't even understand anything that has to do with international. They don't understand OPT, that's the optional practical training. They don't understand that we are restricted to 20 hours a week. You know, if you're going to work as an international student, you're only allowed to work 20 hours a week. They don't understand that because they never have to deal with that, okay? But international students constantly have to deal with that. So that is why you see that you all are together, you make friends with them, and they understand pretty much what you're going through. You all can go to international office together, just try to figure out things. So that is why you people are together and you people are more likely to be friends than your American classmates. Okay, so guys, what I'm trying to say is that socializing is not socializing in a different country, in this case US, is not an easy thing. It is actually taxful. You can be able to it might not bother you if you're naturally an introverted person, so you don't even care. You can just have your routine from school, home, church, mosques, wherever it is, back. You just have that routine and you don't care whether you have anybody that you talk to or people that you ask for help or whatever it is. It just doesn't bother you. But if you're an extroverted person and you just want to have like friends, not like you're gonna gather community, you know, you have the whole world as your friend, but like just keeping your circle small, maybe 2-3 legit friends, you know, it's not gonna come all easy. That's all I'm trying to say. You just have to actually put in the work and make sure that you're hanging around reasonable people. So for my case, my school was in Colorado, right? So I didn't have the opportunity to meet a lot of Africans or even Nigerians, but I made it fun for myself, right? I created trips, I traveled. There was a time I went to LA. The vlog is right on this channel. If you scroll down, you're going to see that vlog. It's actually an interesting one. Try and check it out, okay? So like I took that trip. I found that it was a different vibe altogether from what I got in Colorado. There are like African restaurants, there was a Nigerian restaurant. Like I ate correct food, I'm telling you guys, you know. So let's say for instance you find yourself like your school is in LA, man, it's just gonna feel like home, because everything you get back home in Nigeria, in this case, is something that you're going to be getting there. You're going to meet a lot of Nigerians, and socializing wouldn't be that hard. You wouldn't have to like go out of your way to meet people that you can bond with, or meet people that will actually understand you and understand where you're coming from, you know. So what I'm saying is that if you find yourself in places that are not ordered, let's say Utah or wherever it is, try and make it fun for yourself. Don't just be this person that will just be in school or routine, like one-way traffic. You're always school dates, you know. Try and go out of it. You know this saying that goes, let the school pass through you and you also pass through the school. Pretty much that's what I'm trying to say. So either you take trips, if you're not financially buoyant to take trips, you can try to find like groups on campus, right? I was also a member of Amani, which means peace, is a graduate group, a graduate African group that we created in Colorado State University, right? So that was a community for me too. I met a lot of people, graduate people doing their PhD and masters from different African countries. We come together like say maybe 2 times or 3 times a month. We created fun for ourselves. We had game nights, we had movie nights. We just went out of our way to create fun for ourselves because we found ourselves in a place where we didn't have family members so to say. So we just had to come together to create a community and make friends and just become each other's friends and each other guardian angels. So if you don't have the resources to travel, you can find such groups and also make your experience worth the while. And by meeting those people, they might link you up to some other people. And the truth is, it's actually good to have a community. Do you know why? Because you might be going through some certain things, or you might be having some sort of problem, let's say accommodation, or something just happens, right? Let's say you become sick or something like that. You actually need people around you. You actually need somebody that will call and check, hey, what's happening? You didn't show up today, something like that. People that can go out of your way, maybe come to the hospital to see you, or maybe just be there for you, so to say. So that is why it's also good to like try and form community wherever you find yourself and not just be an island. Okay, so yeah, I just hope that you all enjoyed this video. Just tell me, like, if you're schooling here in the US, you're an international student, or you were an international student, how did you socialize? How did you make friends? Was socializing a big deal for you? Did you feel left out in your class, in wherever it is that you find yourself? Just share your experience with us in the comment section. And do not forget to like this video, friends. Please like the videos, share it with your friends and family, and do well to subscribe if you haven't already, okay? Because we need to grow this our family and take it to the next level. You know, we need to take it to the permanent side, you all. So come on board with us. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye guys.